Hi everyone, welcome to another interesting tutorial, and today I'll be showing you how to draft and sew a mermaid skirt cut together with thread. So you can see me doing that already. You can see what I have done. I have cut the back and I'm showing you the back right here. So I'll be teaching you how to draft the pattern and how to sew it. So if this is what you're looking for, let's get started. So I use 3 yards to do this. So for the skirt alone, you need about 3 yards or 3.5 yards for a size 10 to size 12. So, and after that, you need your pattern. So what I'm taking here is my borderline. So, and from that, I'll be placing my tape measure. Your borderline can start from, you can leave a space of like 2 inches or thereabout. So we are working with hip 44. Hip 44. And how I'm going to do it is that I'm not going to divide it into two equally. The back hip will be at least larger than the front hip. So what we are going to do is, we'll first of all divide into two equal half. Like dividing into 2, we have 22. And when I divide into 4, I will have 11. So I'll first of all take the 22. Then I will first of all write the 22 for back and 22 for front. So from the front hip, I will now remove 2 inches from the front hip and I will go and join it to the back hip. That's what I'm doing there. F means front, B means back, 22, 22. So I will subtract 2 from the front and move it to join the back. So 2 added to 22, which is for the back, will now make the back hip to be 24. And why I'm doing this is for the butt contouring. So I'll be able to contour the back, the butt part while I'm done, while sewing this um, pattern. So here, that means we have 24 for the back and we have 20 for the front. Do you get that? So I'll be working with 20 inches for the front and 24 for the back. So that's how it's supposed to be. The front, the back carries the larger portion of the bum and the butt. So, and that's what I'll be doing. So I will now be dividing each of the measurements by 2 when I get to the pattern. So let's move on to the pattern drafting. Firstly, we'll be cutting the front pattern now. So here, this is the hip length. Hip length on skirt is 9 for this tutorial because it is a high waist skirt. That's why it is 9. If it's not a high waist skirt, it will be 7 or 6.5 thereabout. So here I'll move on to, after I have taken I'll take the knee measurement. The knee length is 20, and that is what I'm taking here. The knee length. Then I will take a straight line on that line, which is the knee length. So after I have taken that, I'm going to label it. HP means hip, W means waist, and this KN means the knee. So I'll just place my tape measure again. I'll place it on the waistline again. And here, this time around, I'll be taking the full skirt length. The full skirt length is 42. Then I'm still going to put a straight line on that to mark that. So here on this channel, I promise to give you detailed tutorial and tutorials that will really enlighten you and give you knowledge more on sewing. So don't forget to subscribe if you haven't subscribed to my channel. Give this video likes and thumbs up in any way and any form you can use to encourage the growth and the progress of this channel. Thank you and God bless you. So here we are taking the hip measurement. The hip measurement is for the front, it is 20 we are using for the front. Don't forget from our calculation. Then I'm going to divide that 20 into 2. Then I will have 10. Remember, our front block is on fold. Our front block is on fold. That's why we will have to divide it into 2 to have 10 on the hip. And on the waist measurement is 32. So the waist measurement will now be divided into 4. I hope you get that. 32 divided by 4 will give me 8. So I place 8 on the waist. I hope you get that. So I will now be using this hip measurement to take a straight line up towards the waistline and down towards the hemline of the skirt. I hope you get that. So don't forget there is I have input waist measurement, and that's what I'm touching, but I have not connected to that. I'll connect to the waist measurement later. So here on the knee, to be able to snatch in the knee and to create the fish shape, the mermaid shape, I'll come inward by two 2¼ of an inch, 2¼ sometimes some people come inward by 2½, depends on how you want it. Some don't want anything that will inconvenience them, and it depends on the type of material. If you are using a stretchy material, you can still come inward more, and depending on your client or your choice. So I'll be connecting to the waistline like so. I've connected the hip to the knee. Then I'll come up by 1 inch here so that that place will not be too sharp. Then I will link the hip measurement to the waist measurement. I will link the hip measurement to the waist measurement like so. So that's what I have here. I've linked the hip measurement to the waist measurement. So after I link it, I can blend it so that there won't be a pointed edge. So you can see the shape of the front skirt coming out. Very easy to make a skirt. So after I have done that, I will just come in like this. I will just bring it down straight. Our normal straight measurement, straight skirt measurement is what I'm taking here from the knee line, from the knee line. So I take the measurement from the knee line, I take it down towards here with a dotted line so that I will know where to input what I'm going to use to make my mermaid shape, like A-line shape. I added 8 inches extra. 8 inches extra is what I added to that measurement that I brought down, the knee measurement that I brought down to the hemline. So then I'll connect like so, and that is what I just did. I'll connect from the knee line like so. And yeah, that's a moderate mermaid skirt. For this, my client, she said she wants it more. So I'll be adding 13 inches. 13 inches is what I now added now. But for the purpose of this tutorial, I just want to do a normal one that you want to wear to church or party or Uwambe. Just make it 8. But for this, my client, she's using it for a traditional wedding. So I'll be using 13. So I added 13 to it and I connected. So here, after I've connected it, this is what I have. You can see that knee line. I blend it so that it won't be sharp. Then you can come up by 2 inches and curve it up like so, so that that plate must not be a sharp edge. It mustn't be a sharp edge so that it will sit well on the body. So I have curved it up by 2 inches and I have my skirt front block ready. So my front block is ready. You can see how fast and how easy it is. So this is what we have for the front. And here, what I'm trying to do here is I'm adding sewing allowance. Sewing allowance of 1.5 inches. So if you are a beginner, you can add 2 inches so as to be able to have enough allowance. So I added 1.5 inches as my allowance, and the allowance starts from the waist towards the hemline. I added the allowance to the side all through. So take note of something. I didn't add a dart. There is no dart on this pattern, and I have reasons for not putting a dart of the butt contouring at the back. So I don't need a dart at the front. And if you notice now, people don't really use a dart for the front block anymore. For the front block, your skirt front block, they don't really use that anymore. Whenever, especially when you are doing a butt contouring, you don't need a butt dart. So here I came down by half of an inch at the center front of the skirt, and I connected it to the side of the skirt, the side seam. So I can go ahead now and also add my allowance here, half of an inch allowance to turn downward. So I want to make this skirt does not have a band, like there's no band in this skirt. So I will just go ahead And after I have added half of an inch as my sewing allowance, I will add 2 inches as my hemming allowance because I'm putting the crinoline at the hemline. So I will add 2 inches as my sewing allowance. So, and if I like, because you want it to sweep the floor, after I am done with this, my pattern, I can add more allowance on the fabric because of my pattern. So I needed to join paper to do this. So I don't want to waste my paper anymore. So here I'm cutting out the front block already. We are done cutting and I'm cutting out the front block. So if you are adding a band, that means you are going to remove the measurement of your band from the waistline. If you are adding a 1 inch band, just remove that 1 inch from the waist. After you have cut, after you are done like this, remove the 1 inch and go and add 1.5 as a band. Go and cut 1.5 as a band and come and join it to it. It's as simple as that. So here we are cutting the back pattern. So I take a border line also here, and on this line, this is like the side back. That vertical line is the side back. Then I take 9 inches as the hip length, 20 as the knee length. So whatever I have done to the front, I will do to the back also, and there will be a little difference in this in the cutting of this front pattern. So here I'll take a straight line on the hip line, and also on the knee line I'll take a straight line. I'll take a straight line on the knee line also. And after I've done that, I will now come and label it. HP is my hip, and KN is my knee, and W is my knee. So this other side is my, I told you, is my center back. Center back. So I wrote a zipper allowance there. Like that's where the zipper allowance will be. Not that I have put the zipper allowance. So here I'm inputting hip measurement. Hip 24 divided by 2 on the hip. I have 12. So I place 12 on the hip line. I place 12 on the hip line before I will move to the waistline and put the normal waist measurement with the dart intake. So 12 is being placed on this waistline because we have 24 divided by 2. Remember from our calculation. And I will take a straight line. That 12 inches, I will take it up and take it down also. And you will understand more about that by the time we are going into the tutorial in proper. So I can take this measurement down to the hemline of the dress, or I can still leave it like so. So here I'm trying to make the lines visible. So after I'm done with that, I'll come to the waistline and take 1 inch here. I will take 1 inch inward here. I will take 1 inch inward here and connect to my hip. Remember, this is the center back. I'm at the center back. I'm doing my butt contouring. That's why I took that 1 inch. In the normal case, you will just take your zipper allowance. Your zipper allowance has been taken already. But because of the butt contouring, I will take 1 inch up on the waist and I take 1 inch down. And here also, I divided the 2.5 that I 2.25 that I took on the front. That's what I took on the knee also. But I divided it. I took 1.25 at the side, and at the center back I took 1. So I now connected it to the hip like so. Do you get what I'm saying? Instead of to take 2.25 only on one side, I just divide it into 2 and share it on the knee, on the two sides of the knee. So 32 divided by 4 on the waist. You can see how I'm taking my waist measurement. I remove that 1 inch that I used for butt contouring before I place my 8. Then that intake is 1 inch. That's what I just placed now. My dart intake is 1 inch. You can make your dart intake 1.5. You can make it depending on how you want it to be. If you are putting lip pad and the person is requesting for a big bum, you can put 2 inches dart intake so that the bum will come out very well. So for her, she wants a light bum, so I'll be placing 1 inch for my dart intake. So after I have done that, I will connect like so. You can see the way I connected. So where I'm touching, CB means center back. That side is center back. And I will just take the straight line up from that 1 inch that I took in on the knee. to cinch the nail part, I'll bring the straight line down like so. On both sides, I'll just bring it down like so. So unlike the center front, it is only on one side that you took in the 2 1/4, but here I divided it into like two on both sides. So here I will be adding that 13 inches that I added for the mermaid shape by the side. I added it also here, and that's what I added on the side back. Take note, side back, not on the zipper allowance side, or not on the center back. So I'm going to blend this part, this knee part. I'm going to blend it. It must not be sharp, it must not be pointed. So I'll just blend it like so. So you can see what I have done here. So it's not difficult at all. So after I have blended it, and I will move to the hem line and take that 2 inches that I took at the back, at the front, so that the skirt will be able to sit down well and will have a good shape. It will not be too sharp. So I will take that, and after I've taken that, I will now add my zipper allowance of 1 inch. I'm using a zipper allowance of 1 inch, and I'll be following the shape, the contouring part of the bum. That's what I'll be following to input my zipper allowance. 1 inch all through. I'll just follow 1 inch all through. Then I'm going to use my hip cuff to bring out that zipper allowance. You can see the zipper allowance follows the shape of the butt contouring. So that's how it works. So after I have done that, I will now write ZP means the zipper allowance. That's the new zipper allowance, which follows the butt contouring. So here, I will add sewing allowance to this side. This is a sewing allowance of 1.5 inches, the way I did for the front pattern. So you can see I take time to really explain in this tutorial. This kind of tutorial is more or less a paid tutorial, but I decided to do it for free. So do me well by giving this video thumbs up, likes, and shares. Thank you very much for supporting me. And I write back because this is the back pattern after I've added my, and I'll also add sewing allowance on the waistline, sewing allowance of 1/2 inch, because I'm not adding a band. It's a bandless skirt. So a bandless skirt, 1/2 inch sewing allowance is okay because we are just using the lining to turn it inward. So I'm adding hemming allowance of 2 inches like I did for the front. Then I'll just continue the drafting like so. So after I've drafted the hemline, this is what I have. You can see this is what I have. So from here, if you are not adding, I needed to place a paper there because that shape did not come out very well. The paper is not enough. So that's what I'm just doing there. There's nothing more. Just that the paper is not enough for that shape to come out while adding the sewing allowance. That's why I just place a paper there. So after I've done that, I'll just cut out like so after I've added all my sewing allowance. Remember, we have not added the back train. So the back train will be added by placing this back pattern on another paper. So if you are not adding a back train, this is what you just do. So your back will not have any train, you will not have anything. So, but if you are adding a back train, you are going to place this on another piece of paper. So I'll be placing this on another paper right now to be able to show you how the back train is being added. So I will divide the measurement here into two. I'll get the center front, like the balance line. So the balance line of the back block is what I want to locate. Like you get a balance line on a pant, on a trouser. So the balance line here is like, I think it's 12 divided by 2, which is 6 inches. Then I'll take 6 inches all through to get the balance line. So whatever I have from where my tape measure starts to where it ends, I will divide it into two. Then I will just mark it up towards the upper part. Then since I have done that, I will now rule a straight line. On that line, I'll take a straight line. and that straight line will be used to slash. So we are going to use the slash and spread method for this back tray. So I will slash through and then slash through to this part. Then I will make sure it does not cut. Then I will open it up. You can see the way I'm opening it up. Open it up till it's the same line length with the knee level. So just place it straight with the knee level till it's on the same straight line with the knee level. So, and I'll now put a new paper, and I'm trying to use my gum to gum the new paper together. So after gumming it together, then I'll just trace out my train, how my train will be. So I'm placing the gum right away. So after placing the gum, I'll just place my paper carefully. Make sure it is well placed before I start my drafting. So what we are doing here is just to be able to draft the back train. So since it will be cut together, the only joining that will be on this skirt will be at the back. This is different from the one that you are going to put a triangle at the center back. This will only have a join, it will have a single joining at the center back, and it will have a train. So that's how it works, and that's how it will be. So I needed to add more paper here because I want the length to be more than the skirt length, the original skirt line. I want it to sweep the floor very well. That's why I'm placing more paper. So I will need to gum the paper to this side also. And after I've gum it, and I will now place extra measurement, extra 10 inches here. See where my tape measure is. Extra 10 inches, I'll place it here. And that is what I'm doing right away. 10 inches. My camera cannot view it properly, but I believe you can see what I'm doing that place. You can see the mark. So I'll place extra 10 inches. Then I'll just put a mark like so. You can see the way I'm going towards this side. I'm going towards the side seam. So you can use your free hand and you can use your curve ruler. So depending on how you want it to be. So I'm trying to check if it is 10 inches I placed. So you can see 10 inches extra. You can place more. If it's for a wedding, for anything bogus, you can place more as much as your client wants it to sweep the floor. So I'll just take a mark from that place, and my focus is here. My focus is the side seam, side back. So I'll just curve it like so. With my free hand, I curve it like so. So I added the paper here, but I think I don't really need it anymore. So that's why I cancel that side. I don't really need that excess paper. So here I can go ahead now and take my scissors and cut. So I'm trying to gum the paper very well so that it will not detach from the ones I am doing with. So here I'll just cut off like so. So you can see what we have. Our mermaid skirt is ready with the back train. You can see it's very simple and easy. So we have the front and back here, the front and the back all together. And I can go ahead now and use my pattern to cut on my fabric. So I'm using a velvet fabric. So if a velvet fabric is kind of a fabric that is stretchy, so it will be able to stretchy and it has a good flow. So that will be able to give me the kind of look that I want on the outcome of this skirt. So I'll just go ahead and place my pattern paper. The work is very easy now because all allowances has been added. So I'll just cut what I have on my paper. So here is cutting of the back. So I'll be cutting the back like so. Together with the train, you can see what I'm doing. And when I'm done cutting, I will just show you. So I decided to add more allowance here because she wants it to be flowing on the floor. So I added like 3 inches allowance more. So making 5 inches altogether like that. But if you don't want it to flow that much, you can just leave it. So here I'm almost done with the cutting of the back, and this is the cutting of the front. I have cut the front. The front is cut on fold. Remember, the front is cut on fold, and the back is cut. Two pieces of the back is being cut here. Two pieces of the back is being cut here. And after I've cut finished, the next thing is to move to the sewing. Since it's only the back that has a dart, you can see I have held the dart at the back and joined the zipper allowance like so. You can see the bum is coming out very well. Even in the camera, you can see how the bum is coming out. And I will just place it. This is the single joining is at the center back. And I will just place the measurement right now and join the back to the front. And my skirt is almost ready. So the lining stops at the knee length. The lining stops at the knee length. The lining I'm using stops at the knee length. So whatever measurement I have on the main fabric, I put on the lining and join till the zipper allowance, where the zipper will start from. So I open up the zipper allowance at the upper side. So I'm going to use my lining to turn my main fabric like so, placing the right side on the right side of the fabric. Uh, After you have placed your zipper, because this is a bandless skirt, after you have placed you have input your zipper, and after you input your zipper, you place your zipper and you leave allowance of 1/2 inch to turn your lining. So after I have placed my zipper, I will now use my lining to turn the zipper together with the lining. So at this part, I have videos that can explain more of this on my channel. So I will just use my pin to hold it down to show you the idea of what I mean. So I will use my pin to hold it down. And so you're going to follow it like so, facing the right side of the lining with the right side of the fabric. And after I've done that, I will turn to the inside of the main fabric. I will turn it inward like so. And this is how you have used your lining to turn your skirt. So at this point, I've come to the end of this tutorial. So you can contact us through these numbers on the screen for more inquiries or for bookings on online classes or physical classes. So you can see the outcome that is very beautiful. You can see the skirt at the back, the train, and it only has a single joining, and I put crinoline at the hem. So this crinoline tutorial is on another page entirely, on another day entirely. That tutorial is because if I had the tutorial to this, the video would be too long. So that's why I'm going to leave the link to the crinoline tutorial on in the description box so that you'll be able to view that also. So I'll see you in my next video. Until then, take good care of yourself. Bye.